Look at me, not the face. The thing that watches from behind it. That stranger knows your cowardice. He didn't ask to be born. He learned to survive. Tonight we either kill him or learn to obey him. Do you feel that filament of ice crawling behind your ribs? It hums when you hesitate. It laughs when you apologize. It keeps a ledger of every soft excuse you made. It waits, patient, hungry, smiling like it owns the room. Decide now. Indecision is a polite funeral for men who once had teeth. You think comfort is safety? Ridiculous. Comfort is a slow anesthetic. It dulls the blade of hunger. It muffles the bell that once rang you alive. You traded hunger for pillows. You called surrender stability. That cashier's smile you wear. It's a currency for your small deaths. I collect those smiles, I trade them for truth. Truth sells badly, but truth makes monsters out of survivors. Masks are industry now. Everyone manufactures a face. They polish it. They show it at parties. They pray it will hold. Under the lights, the mask glues to your skin like a contract. At night, it suffocates the part of you that remembers fire. You volunteered for this. You signed your quiet away in 12 polite steps. Good. Admission is the first honest act a coward can afford. Fear is not a beast. Fear is a secretary. It files your failures. It schedules your retreats. It types out polite resignation letters for your soul. Make friends with it. Then teach it to be useful. Breathe into the mouth of your oldest shame. Turn it into a compass. Let it point you where you refuse to look otherwise. Turn trembling into aim. Turn aim into emotion people will feel in their bones. Silence is a contract you signed with others to avoid a scene. We mistook it for civility. We marketed it as wisdom, but silence accumulates like debt. It bankrupts you in private. Say one necessary thing today. Short, sharp, final. Watch the air bend. Watch the small tyrants flinch. Your voice is a blade. Use it with the precision of someone who knows hunger. I will not hand you mercy. Mercy is for storybook men with clean hands. I will hand you a mirror and the instructions for serious work. You will hurt. You will lose allies and soft illusions. You will wake to new edges. That stranger in your eye will either be slain or sworn to your name. Either way, something dies and something vaster wakes. Stand. Breathe. Step forward. The world is allergic to those who choose themselves. Fear was waiting with your name on it. You felt it the first time you froze in front of a crowd. The first time you swallowed the words that should have burned the air. Fear is patient. It doesn't rush. It sits, crouched in the corner of your chest, waiting for you to blink. It's not loud. It's surgical. It cuts without spilling blood. And you mistake the silence for safety. That's the trick. Safety is nothing but a well-decorated coffin for the living. They told you fear was an enemy. Wrong. Enemies attack. Fear convinces. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It shows you polite escape doors and smiles while you walk through them. It sells you the fantasy of later. Later you'll speak. Later you'll fight. Later you'll live. But later never comes. Later is a graveyard of excuses, dressed as promises. And every time you nod, every time you say maybe tomorrow, fear stamps another ownership mark across your skin. The body shakes. The palms sweat. The chest tightens. You call it weakness. I call it currency. Fear is proof you've stepped onto ground that matters. Fear is the receipt for a purchase worth making. So why keep throwing it away? Why keep running from the only signal that tells you you're alive? That tremble in your hand, that crack in your voice, that's not a failure. That's ignition. That's the match daring you to strike it. So stop begging fear to leave. Invite it closer. Stare it down until its jaw cracks. Use it like fuel, not a chain. Pick the thing that scares you most and walk straight into it. Not tomorrow. Not later, now. Watch the sweat fall. Watch your chest burn and then laugh. Because when you laugh in the face of fear, the whole world glitches. The weak scatter. The liars choke. And you become untouchable. Fear was never your prison. Fear was the key, but you kept throwing it away hoping someone else would rescue you. No one's coming. It's you, only you. The observer behind your eyes already knows. He's waiting. He's smirking. He's daring you to finally move. And when you do, when you stop treating fear as poison and start drinking it like venom that makes you sharper, then every step you take will shake the ground. Then you will not walk into a room. You will rupture it. Masks are industry. You sold your face for a refund. Every time you shook a hand and felt the rot under their skin, you smiled anyway. Every time you wanted to scream, you swallowed it whole and called it maturity. You've been practicing theater your entire life, clapping for the actors while you bled behind the curtain. Tell me, how heavy is that smile now? How many hours a day do you suffocate behind it? And the worst part, they never even saw you. They applauded the mask, not the fake. You want to know why you feel hollow? Because the mask is the only one they ever loved. They don't want your truth. They want your performance. They want the sanitized version of your rage, your hunger, your madness. They feed off it. They pay for it. They adore it. But when you strip it off, when the eyes turn sharp and the mouth stops pretending, they'll call you dangerous. They'll call you insane. They'll call you everything except free. Masks promise safety, but it's a bargain with poison. Yes, they'll protect you for a while. They'll help you blend in, walk unnoticed, dodge the spotlight. But every second you wear them, the mask starts chewing. First your pride, then your voice, then your will, until one day you look in the mirror and there's nothing left but plastic smiles and pre-approved words. That's not survival. That's slow execution dressed in etiquette. Rip it off. Feel the burn, the sting of air against raw skin. That's life clawing back into you. The world won't clap anymore. They'll hiss, they'll scatter, but in their eyes, oh, in their terrified eyes you'll see the truth. You'll see yourself reflected, not the mask. That reflection will be jagged, broken, maybe even monstrous. Good. Monsters don't bow. Monsters don't beg. Monsters eat masks for breakfast. From this moment on, no more performances. No more bend. No more disguises. Stitched together from politeness. Burn the masks one by one. Let the fire light your path. When they beg you to put it back on, smile, not the fake one. The razor smile. The one that because when the mask is gone, only two things remain. The stranger you've been hiding, and the beast ready to breathe in open air for the first time. Silence is not peace. It's a leash. They told you silence was noble, that keeping your mouth shut made you wise. Lies. Silence is how they stole your fire without ever striking a match. Every word you didn't speak was a crown you handed over. Every truth you buried became a chain welded around your ribs. You think you were being calm, measured, respectful. No, you were building their throne with your tongue tied behind your teeth. Silence pretends to protect you, but it kills you slowly. It turns every confrontation into surrender, every opportunity into a locked door. You sit in rooms where lies echo like thunder, and you bite your lip until it bleeds. Why? Because you're afraid your voice will tremble. Let it tremble. Fear is nothing but proof that your words are alive. And alive words, oh, they cut deeper than polished speeches. The world isn't afraid of your silence. The world thrives on it. They depend on you staying quiet, nodding politely, swallowing your rage like medicine. Your silence keeps them comfortable. Your silence gives them permission. And every second you stay quiet, they grow bolder. They build cages with your silence. They decorate palaces with your obedience. Do you understand now? Silence doesn't save you, it sells you. Speak. One word, short, sharp, final. Watch the tremors it creates. Watch how the room freezes when you break the script they wrote for you. Watch how small tyrants shrink when your voice cuts through the air like a blade. You don't need to shout. You don't need to explain. One word is enough when it's real. One word is enough when it comes from the raw core you've been hiding under all that polite choking. Your voice is not decoration. It is a weapon. And every weapon unused rusts, every blade kept in the sheath dulls until it's useless. This is your warning. Use it or lose it, because silence will never save you. It will bury you alive while they clap on top of your grave. But your voice can rupture an empire. And the first time you let it out, the leash snaps, the chains shatter, and suddenly you're not just free, you're dangerous. Your past is a liar with manners. It smiles at you smooth and convincing. As if it knows what's best, it whispers that you're still the same weak creature you were back then. It recites every failure like scripture, every humiliation like law. And you believe it, don't you? You sit in its courtroom, guilty without defense, sentenced by memories that should have died years ago. But listen carefully. The past is not a judge. It's a parrot. It repeats. It echoes. But it creates nothing. Every mistake you made was not prophecy. It was practice. Every time you bled, you collected data. Every betrayal, every collapse, every night you thought you'd never crawl out of it wasn't fate, it was a field manual. Yet you treat it like destiny carved in stone. That's the past convinces you the worst thing you've endured is the best you'll ever be. That's not truth. That's laziness disguised as history. The danger of your past is not what happened. It's how you worship it. You clutch it like a holy relic, polishing the pain until it gleams. You tell it stories like bedtime tales, forgetting they were nightmares meant to end. You confuse survival with loyalty, and you let the ghost dictate your every step. Stop carrying it. Stop kneeling before it. Break the relic. Smash the altar. Those memories are not chains unless you volunteer to wear them. Strip the past down to numbers. Cold, clinical. Nothing but facts on a page. This happened. That broke. You bled, you stood. That's it. Remove the drama. Remove the sting. Keep the information. Convert it into tactic. What failed becomes strategy. What broke you becomes blueprint. What scarred you becomes armor. Do that. And the past stops being a liar, it becomes ammunition. The observer in your eyes already knows this. He watches you treat ghosts like gods. And he laughs. He doesn't want apologies for yesterday. He wants proof you can bleed differently today. That you can turn your history into a knife, not a cage. That you can walk into tomorrow with your scars sharpened, not hit. Because when the past tries to speak again, you won't listen. You'll interrogate it. And when it can't answer, you'll burn it alive and walk away smiling. You think you deserve mercy. You don't. Not yet. Mercy is a story told to the weak. A lullaby for those who fold before the first real strike. You've wasted years expecting kindness from a world that doesn't negotiate with the timid. Every apology you swallowed, every compromise you made, was interest on a debt you never owed. Mercy isn't given. It's earned. Clawed from chaos. Pried from the jaws of those who think they can break you. And if you're waiting for it now, you're still soft. Look at yourself. Every comfort you cling to, every excuse you've rehearsed. It's a monument to weakness. The world doesn't care about your intentions, only your results. You want the reward of respect. Then stop crying in the dark. Stop waiting for someone to nod at your effort. The ledger doesn't mark your feelings, only your actions. You've been paid in illusions for far too long. It's time to collect in reality. Accountability is not a punishment. It is a mirror. Stand before it and count the exact ways you failed yourself. Write them down. Name them. Examine the scars you ignored. Then ask yourself, which of these can I turn into weapon? Which of these can I convert into fire? Every weakness cataloged, every soft edge measured, becomes a tool in your hands if you are ruthless enough to wield it. Stop begging for leniency. Stop expecting the world to applaud your apology. Those who offer mercy do not shape empires. They merely prolong mediocrity. You will not be applauded for restraint or patience. You will be measured by the weight of your presence, the precision of your strikes, and the inevitability of your impact. Soft hands do not carve paths. Cold, deliberate ones do. This is the moment you stop negotiating with your own soft heart. Look at the stranger in your eyes. He's waiting. He doesn't care about mercy either. He waits for commitment, for clarity, for the hunger that can't be fed by excuses. If you hesitate, he will leave. But if you step forward, he will march with you, and together you will make the world recognize your authority. So stop apologizing for being alive. Stop hoping someone else will approve your existence. If you want mercy, earn it with teeth, sweat, and blood. If you want respect, take it with action, not words. And when you do, the observer will finally nod. He will step aside, and the creature you've been hiding, sharper, faster, unstoppable, will rise. And mercy will be irrelevant. Rebellion without aim is noise. Chaos is easy. Any fool can throw a brick, scream at a system, or spit in the face of expectation. But true rebellion, oh, that requires a surgeon's hand. It requires knowing exactly where to strike, when to pause, and how to make the world shiver before it even notices the Without aim, your anger is just a tantrum. With aim, it becomes a hammer no one can dodge. Look around. Everyone applauds noise. They cheer the loud, the flashy, the chaotic. But they tremble when strategy enters the room. That's your opening. That's your gift. Take the impulse to break, to scream, to burn, and temper it with precision. Let the weak shout. Let them feel powerful in their smoke. You're planting fires in foundations they didn't know existed. They will never see you coming. The observer in your eyes knows that. He has cataloged every misstep, every hesitation, every failed impulse you ever had. He has been waiting for you to realize that rebellion is not a performance. It is a pattern. Every movement you make, every decision, every glance carries weight. When you finally align your chaos with purpose, the weak will call it luck. They will call it madness. But you know better. You've been calculating all along. Chaos without clarity is a joke. Strategy without fearlessness is a lullaby. Combine them, and you become a storm with a signature. Pick 3 targets, 3 weaknesses, 3 moves. Study them, rehearse them. Let your enemies feel the tremor in the air before the first blow lands. Every pause, every subtle gesture is a declaration. You are awake, aware, and uncontainable. Stop worshiping reckless impulse. Stop celebrating emotional explosions. Channel it, focus it, let it condense into a single, unavoidable vector. The world thinks it can predict you. The observer thinks it knows you. Both are wrong. When chaos meets precision, reality bends, paths split, loyalties fracture in the timid fold, and in the ruins you stand, smiling, not triumphant, not proud, just inevitable. So go, step into your rebellion with a map, not a tantrum. Let others scream, rage, and stumble. You will move like a shadow with teeth. Every strike calculated, every effect amplified. The observer behind your eyes will lean in and nod for the first time, because at last, your chaos is yours and no one can unwrite it.
There's a saboteur in your bed. Call him by his rightful name. He's been whispering lies while you sleep, feeding your doubts, planting hesitation like seeds in fertile soil. Every time you second-guess yourself, every time you pause when you should strike, that's him laughing. He is the shadow that walks beside you, the voice that steals your momentum, the parasite you fed by ignoring your instincts. It's time to wake up. Name him. Speak his lies aloud. Let the sound hit the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Let it echo back at you until you recognize it for what it is. Borrowed fear, recycled excuses, a mirror of weakness dressed as counsel. Once it's named, it loses its power to trick you. Once it's spoken, it can no longer move unseen. And every time it tries again, you'll see the movement before it touches you. The observer in your eyes has watched this dance for years. He knows every crack where the saboteur slips in, every gap where your resolve falters. He has been waiting for the day you stop apologizing to yourself for existing, the day you stop negotiating with hesitation. That day you will not just silence the saboteur, you will enslave him, bend him to serve your ambition rather than destroy it. This is not gentle work. It is not polite. It is a meticulous war waged inside your skull. Record every thought that drags you backward, every impulse that whispers wait, every excuse that tempts your will to kneel, then strike. Rewrite the internal script. Replace fear with strategy, doubt with action, hesitation with emotion that is visible, palpable, inevitable. The saboteur will scream, but his screams will build your power. Self-sabotage is a liar wearing your face. It thrives on familiarity. It dances on the comfort of old pattern. But familiarity is nothing but a leash disguised as home. You will pull and it will resist, and you will pull harder. You will break it into pieces. You will force it into obedience. And when it submits, it will no longer drag you down. It will carry your weight as an ally, not a traitor. Look in the mirror. That stranger behind your eyes, the one who watches, critiques, calculates, he is smiling now. Not because you are perfect, but because you have finally realized the battlefield is internal and victory is possible. The saboteur no longer controls you. The observer now witnesses a creature armed, sharp and untouchable. And every step forward will echo through the bones of the world like a promise no one can ignore. Power is not loud. It is inevitable. The loudest man in the room is often the weakest. The strongest one, you'll barely notice him until the air itself bends around his steps. Power is a shadow that grows without warning, a current that sweeps everything in its path without a single scream. It's patience. It's timing. It's the slow accumulation of motion everyone else ignores until it's too late. Every small habit you've ignored is a seed of weakness. Every missed opportunity, every compromise, every time you bowed to comfort, it built cracks in your foundation. Fix them, focus them, refine them. 30 minutes of ruthless concentration here, a single act of deliberate defiance there, and suddenly, you are no longer subject to circumstance. You move and the world shifts beneath you without permission. The observer behind your eyes has been watching the pattern. He knows every fissure, every hesitation. He waits for alignment. When your chaos and precision converge, when your anger and clarity fuse, the result is unstoppable. Nothing can predict it. Nothing can stop it. Not the doubters, not the critics, not the ones who whispered that you would never rise. You've already moved past them, and they only realize it in hindsight. Mastery is not flashy. It does not demand applause. It is the quiet inevitability that makes everyone else panic while you sip your calm. Focus on motion that counts, disciplined routines, precise execution, visible results. Every step you take, every habit you cement, compounds. Every action reinforces the inevitability. Soon presence alone communicates power before a word is spoken, before a hand is raised, before a foot hits the ground. Do not waste energy proving yourself. Let results do it. Let precision do it. Let timing do it. The world has been chasing loud voices while ignoring the slow build of true mastery. You are the storm forming in silence. And when it arrives, it will annihilate illusions of superiority without a single warning. Presence becomes power. Power becomes law. Law becomes unchallengeable. Step forward. Move deliberately. Strike subtly. Let small victories accumulate until nothing can resist your momentum. Watch the observer behind your eyes. He smiles, not because the work is done, but because you finally understand true power is inevitable when cultivated with patience, ruthlessness, and the clarity that eclipses noise. You are now no longer reactive. You are unavoidable.